Back, 100 stack in the truck with his fire tag.
Back in week 2, the Panthers dominated their first matchup against the Saints. Can New Orleans avoid the sweep? The answer comes your way next.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now Carr throwing on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The play fake. Now Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Meanwhile, Young's throw here on target to Hurst. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, Their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's... There he goes, left side! And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Throwing now is Carr. There's Chris Olave. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A look at the numbers last week for Olave. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory. And when this offense plays well, you just know he's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he? Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first as they bring him down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Throwing on first down is Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau to tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina. And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of it. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Carr. Out to his left. And he's got him. It's caught. In the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Now a 3rd and 6. Young will set to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out. And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach. 1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Second and goal from the 1. Swift is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Panther football to start quarter number 2. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. Oh, able to avoid him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. Here is Young. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Young off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now here's Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Holding, receiving team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Carr's throw caught by Olave. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Saints at 8-4 now in the year. Well, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. It's Young off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Young to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you really don't.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young over the middle. He's got Chenault. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready, break.
Young now. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
To throw, it's Carr. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
What down?
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down throw for Young. Over the middle, complete. That's Marshall. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll throw again. Young. That is caught. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Young on first down. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ready, go!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 33. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw his Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, that field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Young looks to throw on 1st down. Open man is Mingo, complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
That throw by Young incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Thomas brings it in. Touchdown. Ian Thomas, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right. Usually
it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Carr to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
First grab for Thomas. It's good for a 1st down as well. Now Carr. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. On the counter, here's Kamara. He'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
What now?
Here's 2nd and 7. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Ready?
And they'll keep leaning on the line game. Back to the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. For Marshall, that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's Johnny Hacker now. as he's on to punt for Carolina. That's taken on the 25. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion right is Thomas. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 38 now, here's second down and a yard. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. This is Swift on the counter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Here's Swift. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. One more time with Swift. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter. And this time he is in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Saints are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So now Young and the Panthers down by 12.
Ready?
A minute 52 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Young to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marshall. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here comes second down at 5. Young. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Complete to Chenault. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Carr going to look to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He completes it to Olave. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now a play fake. Carr. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Saints, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week.